Hey, what's up, guys? I'm going to dive right into a collective message that I'm getting for the Divine Feminines, okay? What I'm going to do is start by pulling a card from the Divine Masculines, and what I'm hearing from the universe is to tell you, like, yeah, he might be feeling this way, but this is what you need to be focusing on, okay? So let's cut the deck right in half. Okay, so we have surrender and reaching out, okay? So they're being called to surrender to the journey and reach out to you. You may be feeling your Divine Masculine's energy pulling on you, almost like they want you to be the ones to reach out. But I feel like the exact opposite is what the universe wants you to do. It's really just dive into your own energy right now. Many of you might actually say, well, I'm already doing that. Well, exactly. And that's exactly what's making them pull towards you to want to like reach out, but they have to surrender to this feeling. If they don't surrender to that feeling, then it's like they don't get this like humbling feeling, okay? It's like they almost have to take themselves off of that pedestal by reaching out to you, because many of them are really trying to break those old patterns of ideally just trying to make the feminine chase, and that comes from a place of like fearing Divine Masculine energy, which is like taking charge, taking the lead, okay? So that's why a lot of your Divine Masculines may run or ghost, and they regret it heavily after, because they deeply know that it's just really not reflecting that kind of brave and bold and courageous energy, okay? So many of them are trying to get the hang of just approaching you more in a space of confidence. And even if you do get into conflict, the last thing they want to do is run. Like, I think that they wish that they had the maturity and also the presence and the strength to be able to communicate and just speak to you and give you that comfort. But you know, that's why they are our Divine Masculines, and that's why we have that level of patience and understanding and unconditional love for them. And that's why many of us have given that gift of the wisdom, right, the High Priestess energy, to be able to understand them throughout this process, and to be able to be that, you know, steadiness in their experience. Okay, so right now, that is what's happening, okay? They are being called to surrender and just reach out to you. I feel like there could be something deep that they may want to express. In fact, before I get into your energy, let me get a message from the Romance Angel Oracle deck in terms of, like, this surrender energy, because I do feel like they're just going insane over this big move that they have to make in terms of reaching out, and they know that they're going to have to express their love in some way. Okay, they're going to have to express vulnerability, and what that's going to look like is many of them are going to actually come out and be like, yo, I missed you. Like, how are you? I missed you. I thought about you a lot. You know, did you think of me? Did you miss me? Was I on your mind a lot? You know, they're trying to confirm as well as to whether or not you were maybe feeling the same things while in that separation from them. Okay. What are they feeling? Okay, yeah, there it is. So they are being called to reach out. So I feel like this message is coming in as a confirmation for you, Divine Feminine, to let them be the ones to do it, because that reconciliation is what you feel by their energy, like pulling on you in this way. Okay, someone from your past is returning. That return energy is the reaching out. Okay, so they could be thinking about you right now. Many of them could be scrolling through your social media, which is why you may feel pulled to scroll their social media. Many of you may feel like their name's coming up everywhere. It's because they're so close to you. That's what it is. Okay, they're so close to you. You're in their thoughts every single second, and even if they try to do something else, it's not long until your energy returns to them in that moment. So that's why a lot of you can sometimes not feel your twins' energy. That's when they kind of focused on their own path. Maybe they're doing something important. And then when they're feeling the connection, or maybe there's a lesson to be learned by you two connecting at this moment or interacting with one another, some kind of trigger is bubbling in the background that you maybe can't see. You know, they are, you know, they're called to reach out in those moments. And they, you know, they have to follow that guidance, okay? Many of you have experienced prematurely reaching out to your Divine Masculines in these times. And you've seen for yourself that it's like they just go back into the ghosting patterns. So, yeah, that reconciliation is coming. And in the meantime, if many of you are like, okay, what do I do to get my mind off of them and to stop scrolling social media, to stop caring, just letting go of control issues. Many of you might be focused on a timeline as well. Like, when are they going to reach out? This energy is driving me crazy. So instead of letting it drive you crazy, this is the part of the journey where we talk about the inner work and the healing and just really getting back in tune and in touch with your body, right? Like, you don't want anxiety to take over you on this connection. Getting out of your mind, grounding more. Physical exercise is really important, whether it's like stretching or going out for a walk or, just moving your body. That's going to be really important for just shifting your focus away from what your divine masculine has planned. They're going to ambush you anyway. The communication is always just unexpected and surprising, and it's meant to take your breath away. So it really doesn't make any sense being worried when you guys are in separation and when communication is going to happen and is it close, and what's the fun in that, right? Where's the fun in that if you know they're going to communicate? You're supposed to just let it flow. Let it take your breath away. Okay, what should the divine feminine be focusing on at this time while the reconciliation energy brews with the divine masculine and they find the courage to come forward? Because with them finding the courage to come forward too, guys, I'm hearing like it just brings about balance, because they have you on such a high pedestal. Like, when they communicate and they have you on a pedestal, they can't be themselves. They can't take their mask off. But when you guys come off the pedestal and just see each other as like each other, then it's easier to communicate. It's easier for them to open up and express their truth. But it's like breathing into a paper bag. They don't want to say the wrong thing. They don't want to do the wrong thing. What if they say this and it doesn't impress you? And it's like all of these things, the ego is just like so they got to get that under control first, okay? Okay, again, the feminines. What should the feminines be focusing on at this time? Order in the forest, okay? So cleansing, releasing resentments, and making amends, okay? So it is all about just whatever's going on in your life right now, and even just the energy, too, that many of you could be sending out towards your divine masculine, because I am hearing a lot of frustration as well, especially over the reaching out aspect, because it's like reconciliation tells me that you definitely feel them, okay? Right up behind you. Right up behind you. Many of you could be feeling very sensual, and I do feel like a lot of you are really trying to like cleanse yourself of this like spying energy, watching them, waiting. So follow that instinct, follow that gut, make amends with your divine masculine energetically, and let them know that it's like, hey, like, I'm going to let go as well. I'm going to surrender as well. Take your time. I don't care when reconciliation happens. When you get into that place of really just not caring when it happens because you just trust the universe, you trust in that divine timing, then I feel like it just naturally occurs. Now is a good time, divine feminine, just to cleanse your space, cleanse the energy in your home, because that could be what's making you feel either stagnant or impatient. When you switch up the energy in your home, you cleanse it, so then you have more ease, you have more peace of mind. Like, use this energy of the excitement about reconciliation instead of wanting to reach out to them. Use it to do something creative and fun. Dance, paint, make art, explore a new hobby that's like really exciting, and you're like, shit, you're right, to intuitive. I've always actually wanted to try that. For me it was painting, like canvas painting, and up till now I still keep like acrylic paint on hand and like the mini little canvases, because when I get into like that kind of anxious energy, I'm like, okay, the last thing I want to do is like fixate on my divine masculine, because it's like I don't want to control his journey. And it's like I feel like many of you getting to that place of just like cleansing out these old like thought patterns of just needing to have control. Like, I need to know. Sometimes you don't need to know. Sometimes it's like, yeah, you might be disappointed, right? Sometimes you might be excited. Sometimes you may be caught completely off guard. But that's the whole point of the surrender on this card. Okay, let's get another card for the divine feminines. Guys, I really love this deck. Shout out to my sister, like Chrissy, I love you. I just absolutely adore this deck. Okay, so the masks we wear. Okay, so self-expression, protection, and authentic self. So this is all emphasizing the home, self-expression with the painting or the making art of some sort. And it has to be something artistic, guys, because it has to come from a place of like creation. Okay, something that really excites you and it makes you feel like, oh, this is my baby, like I've been working on this baby. Okay, and it's fun. Like, we did these things as kids without even thinking about it, right? Like, arts and craft was a thing back then, and it was fun to do it because it's like you're just using your imagination. You're just, literally creating. And many of you might even find that the universe is actually trying to point you in the direction of like creating abundance and pentacles for yourself through these hobbies, right? Because the energy that you have when it comes to like what separation does to twin flames, it's like it's intense, guys. Like, it brings out a different side of you. So use that energy very creatively and wisely when you go into that place of separation, instead of worrying about when it is you'll communicate. Are they going to reach out? Should I reach out? This is driving me nuts. Like, I hate this person. Like, clear all of those things away from you, those resentments, and focus back in on you, on yourself. Okay. And we also have authentic self, so it's time to really take that mask off. Okay, the mask that I feel that makes us want to control. With mask, I'm getting ego. Okay, I really do feel like that is just really that ego that needs to know, wants to make you feel shitty if your person isn't communicating, and it maybe means that this reconciliation is never going to happen, and twin flames aren't real, and stop your ego from talking by literally filling your mind with creativity. Like, your ego's not going to get a chance to give you that negative self-talk if you guys are focusing on painting, learning how to play an instrument, learning a new skill. I remember too, like, when I was going through a lot of like separation energy on my journey, like, part of the things that I've always really wanted to do is like dude stuff. I don't know why, but it's like I want to know how to like, like if my lighting is, something's wrong with my lighting, I want to be able to fix it. And my dad's an electrical engineer, just kind of like by trade or just by his education. And so like there's so much that I was just like fascinated by watching him do. And for some weird reason on my journey, I just became really interested to learn like how to do those things. And so many of you might again feel like, what are some things that I've been really wanting to do that I have been shying away from, but it would really make me feel empowered to learn how to do it? For some of you, it could be getting your license. It could be driving, right? It could be like learning what it's like to live on your own, for example. Like anything that tests your independence or is, and that's what your masculines will come in and do as well. Divine Feminine is like, they'll test your ability to like actually venture out into the world and play around with that masculine energy, whereas your presence in their life will make them just kind of absorb that feminine energy more and be more steady and be able to express a lot of what they have that's pent up. And for many of them, like, it's like they mean well when they try to like express how they feel to you, but I do feel like it just really comes off in sexual energy. And then sometimes it might scare you off, or it might trigger you, Divine Feminine, because a lot of you might feel like, is that all you want? Like, you know what I mean? But you guys will begin to understand one another the more that you learn more about like your own selves, the more you become confident in your own selves and your ability to just go out there and explore the world and do the things that you enjoy doing. And doing it by yourself is a really big thing. That's why separation happens, even in the karmic situations. Like you guys will reach a point on the journey where it's like you'll have to do things on your own. Many of you might go through like separation with your twin flame, and then it's like you're going through divorces with your karmic partner, and then it's like the universe will literally leave you in a place where it's like there's no one to lean on other than you, right? The relationship with your karmic is gone. You and your twin flame are in separation because maybe the whole ending with your karmic didn't mean that you and your masculine were going to get together. So the universe literally puts you in a place to be like, oh God, what do I do with myself, my life, my time? And you'll be just fine. Okay, but yeah, ideally that is what I'm picking up on for this reading, guys. I'm feeling very sniffly in my nose, so I'm gonna call this reading here. If you guys want to dig deeper, I do have a library over in the membership section with extended readings. They're a little bit more on the juicier sides, but please do check them out, even if it's just for the month. I think that you guys might find some gems in there. And if you guys want to do a personal reading with me, check out the links in my bio. I'm over at hipsy.com. That's my little hangout spot, my little community. It's free to join, and you guys will get tons of updates about my movements, any movements that I'm making. You guys will be the first to know. All right. So I'll catch you guys in tomorrow's readings. Until then, you guys sleep well. See ya. Bye.